So this is just before 15:20 GMT, 16:20 local time in the UK. And this is Justice for the Baby Angel Geronimo editions, part A of the KhoodeelaarTV campaign, being broadcast only on the internet and not on the satellite, not on terrestrial channels, platforms. This is the Justice for the Baby Angel Geronimo editions, part A. Now, there is nothing in the Fleet Street Papers. There is nothing in the Fleet Street Papers about justice. There is nothing in the Fleet Street Papers about morality, about ethics, universality, or any of the concepts. This is dark land. England is dark land. And what we are doing, we have started in the last 12 hours or so to post original, world exclusive, ethical, moral conversations between Baby Angel Geronimo and our campaign, our ethical, moral campaign. Now, this is in the time frame of the last 4 years. And so the 4 years when we are kind of without any particular numerical, chronological order, we are addressing events, and we are doing that in the future as well as in the present and as well as in the past tenses known in the particular domain or dimension of the world. And Baby Angel Geronimo exists in this particular context beyond, on the ordinary planet and beyond the planet's dimension. And Baby Angel Geronimo is communicating, we are translating the communication and conversations into the language that we are using in this context, the English language. But the English language, the vocabulary, these are only being used because the access to these by inhabitants on the planet Earth is the one that is defining the use of the language, because the capacity and the ability of the humans, these are limited. So, for example, we are talking about, and we are translating from the dimension, as I said. So the Baby Angel Geronimo is not only communicating in the language that we are translating the contents, communicating in language that is understandable by ordinary humans, but Baby Angel Geronimo is also able to comprehend and understand and communicate in many other languages, in all the other dimensions, including the languages that are used and are in circulation, application in the divine context. Now, baby angel Geronimo is an infant in the ordinary human language. But in this conversation, baby angel Geronimo is capable, fully capable of what is known as mature adult, fully developed and fully kind of expressive concept and cognitions. So, for example, baby angel Geronimo, wherever the dimension is not physically located anywhere, but can include physical locations like Gloucester, where baby angel Geronimo has had his home for the last 4 years. So baby angel Geronimo can see and perceive presences that are not perceptible or visible to ordinary human eyes or visual capacities. Similarly, the various kind of complex details of the operation of the evil that has been unleashed to attack the innocence of baby angel Geronimo. The baby angel Geronimo can see and perceive all of those coming or being unleashed in his direction. So to make things simpler for human beings, baby angel Geronimo says, why are these ones being unleashed in my direction? And the answers include statements like, because they are evil. So baby angel Geronimo says, I do not know what evil is. So baby angel Geronimo is given a helpful clue. Evil is the one, or evil ones are the ones that are the opposite to the innocence that you personify. And he says, why do evil ones get unleashed at the innocent ones? And the answer to that is just an explanation. And the explanation is that the evil ones are allowed by the Almighty, by the most powerful, the creator of the universe, as a test of the good versus the evil. So baby angel Geronimo says, these individual elements of the evil that have been unleashed in my direction, do they get held to account for the attacks on my innocence and me? And the answer is, of course, they get held to account. Maybe not this minute, but they will be getting held to account in due course. So that is the divine and dimension that includes the planetary, ordinary dimension. The baby angel Geronimo says, where do these evil ones actually come from? And there is only a footnote of an explanation. There cannot be a fully comprehensive explanation because of the extent of the facts that are too bad, too kind of uncomfortable for the innocents to have to witness. So the basic answer is that they are located in a cabal called Boris Johnson. So the baby angel Geronimo says, this planet where this cabal exists, does it have any non-evil, unevil, kind of neutral human beings or beings? And the answer is yes. So baby angel Geronimo says, where are they? And the answer is that they are somewhere around. And they will appear before you or near you. So baby angel Geronimo says, yes, I begin to see. These look like what is described as human beings, and they look like carrying some kind of statements contained in the banners. And the answer is yes. So baby angel Geronimo says, will the banners or will the statements contained in the banners stop the evil ones? The answer is the mortal, ordinary expectation is that these banners should convince reasonable people to stop any evil acts. So baby angel Geronimo says, but it seems that the evil ones doing the evil acts, they are still being in transport in my direction. It doesn't seem to be the case that any of the banners or any of the statements or any of the people carrying the banners, it doesn't seem to be stopping the evil ones being aimed, unleashed in my direction. The answer is yes, you are right, you are correct. So the baby angel Geronimo says, so is there any person or group of persons on the planet Earth that can actually stop the evil ones? And the answer is, there may be somewhere on the planet Earth, but not in Darkland. And baby angel Geronimo says, do you mean Little England? And the answer is yes. So baby angel Geronimo says the Darkland looks like the correct phrase. And the answer is yes, it is. So baby angel Geronimo says, Darkland, has it always been Darkland? The answer is no. So baby angel Geronimo says, when was Darkland not Darkland? When was it England? And the answer is when they actually took up the position on behalf of the innocents being attacked in the past. Those were the moments. They did not last very long, but those were the moments when Darkland, what is Darkland now, used to be enlightened land. And that was a very long time ago, not recently, not 200 years, at least since the levelers, a group of people called the levelers, protested against the injustice in a place near Manchester, the Peterloo. He said, why is Darkland more in the dark and more dark than in the light and enlightened? And the answer to that is that is one of the choices or one of the decisions made by the evil ones by abusing the option that the divine creator gave them. They became abusers of whatever options they had. And you, baby angel Geronimo, are witnessing the evil acts, and the evil ones will be held to account, but not at this moment. Because if they were being held to account, one of the things that would have happened would have been that people who would have known the evil ones were doing wrong would have taken steps to dispose, dislodge, remove, oust the evil ones, the cabal that are in positions of making decisions, abusing their positions of power. So we shall come back to the continuation of this updated conversation for Justice for Baby Angel Geronimo. After taking a look at this today's Financial Times, which uses a verb, forced. Johnson forced to delay Brexit border checks on EU goods. Let's say that the Financial Times, which is using this verb to force, is really doing this not as part of any enlightenment, but as part of its own role as a dark-lent communication vehicle. It's saying that Boris Johnson's government has been forced to delay imposing checks on European Union goods entering the United Kingdom until mid-2020, as it attempts to stop Brexit from exacerbating supply chain problems. The move means that British exports to the European Union are subject to full checks, while imports into the UK by European competitors are mostly free of paperwork and border controls. With the quotation marks. It's ironic, said one European Union diplomat. They talked about taking back control, but they are letting products into Britain without any controls at all. That's fine with us. The wholesale delay to the border regime was announced by Lord David Frost, Brexit minister, in a low-key written answer on a day dominated by government COVID-19 announcements. We want businesses to focus on their recovery from the pandemic rather than have to deal with the new requirements at the border, Frost said, adding that the new timetable for border checks was pragmatic. Frost said the delay to checks, which will particularly affect food and agricultural products, was in response to supply chain problems, which he blamed on the pandemic. Others have argued that Brexit has exacerbated problems, particularly the labour shortage in Britain. The Labour Party said the delays on border checks resulted from the government's inability to tackle supply chain problems caused by Brexit. This announcement shows what we have all known for months, that the government do not have a workable, sustainable answer to tackling delays and red tape at the border, said Baroness Jenny Chapman, Shadow Cabinet Office Minister. Some EU officials suspect Britain's border control regime is not ready for the new rules, but Frost insisted that the government was on track to deliver the system. Now, this whole list of kind of contradictions and dishonest statements by Frost on behalf of the cabal fronted by Boris Johnson is typical of Darkland, typical of the regime of liars, fronted by liars. And the fact that the Labour Party is quoted as saying something, or reported as Jenny Chapman is saying something, as timid as it is, confirms the collusion and the complicity with the evil land regime of Boris Johnson's frontage, the complicity and collusion by the supporter of evil deeds and evil regime, Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer was the one who broke the code of ethics and morality and humanity and justice when he gave his endorsement to the criminals of DEFRA as condoned and abated and aided by Boris Johnson. When a question was put by a source in the media to Starmer about the attack on the justice of Geronimo, baby angel Geronimo, by the DEFRA evil ones. So there is no accountability, there is no regard, there is no morality, there is no ethics, there is no compassion. So baby angel Geronimo, looking at the behavior of the evil ones, is impelled to wonder why the evil ones are doing that, the targeting of the innocents. And the answer is that in the evil land, in the dark land, there is no justice and there is no culture of justice. There is no culture of justice, there is no culture of morality, there is no culture of compassion. The whole planet, the whole universe is actually operated by God's will on the assumption that all the concepts of life would exist and would continue based on the tolerance of one element showing respect and recognition for the life and living to the others. And the fact that the evil ones have been unleashed to attack the innocence of baby angel Geronimo shows that the order, the moral order that was supposed to preserve life on the planet has been interrupted by the evil ones as far as dark land is concerned. Not all of the planet Earth is in the dark, because if it were in the dark, then there would be no life. So for the sake of life on the planet, all the spheres of life on the planet are allowed to operate and sustain life and respect life, and with it respect justice, all the relevant spheres. Well, life is allowed and life is not violated and the innocents are not violated. But in the dark land, where the ones holding the positions of power, as fronted by Boris Johnson, the will and the command for the Creator, by the Creator, to respect life and recognize life, and above all to uphold the innocence of the innocents, these have been jeopardized. These have been put in jeopardy, they have been denied, and are being breached daily. For example, as recognized in the two pieces in the Financial Times dated 30th of August and 2nd of September 2021, The first one, byline to Chris Cook, and the other one, byline to I, Stephanie Boyce. They are in Darkland, but in the Darkland there is a chink, slight chink, very small chink of recognition. Chink of recognition that it is Darkland and they are overwhelmed by darkness. And darkness overwhelming the UK state is evident, as Stephanie Boyce said, in the breaches of the rule of law, in the threat to the rule of law. And as Chris Cook said, the employees in the Darkland are paranoid about any of the liars in position of Darkland minister being embarrassed by the publication of the truth about their lying and their evil behavior. So, the baby angel Geronimo says, what is the prospect of the innocents being protected if the likes of Keir Starmer would continue to play the role of evil colluders and complicity with the evil colluders? And the answer is that is the fundamental question, the answer to which is being sought, but we cannot deliver the answer at this stage. So we shall put this particular shorter edition, we shall conclude this one at this time, and we shall continue later. This is 15:41 hours GMT, and we shall continue the later parts, part B and C, in due course. We shall continue with the campaign for justice for baby angel Geronimo, the most innocent baby angel Geronimo, the most innocent creation in Darkland and on the whole of the universe at this stage. So baby angel Geronimo, justice for baby angel Geronimo continues in all dimensions.